The other interesting thing that became apparent at Cannes was this, is, as I said to you, is we all sort of agreed as a jury which was the best work. And the way you do it is you do an in-out system over 2 days, and then you sit and discuss what you think is worthy of a bronze, a silver, or gold. And we got down to the two finalists after a long process of discussion between two campaigns. And what we found in the interim was that we had this definite sort of split between great work in the terms of classic radio, which is a 45 or 60-second spot or a 30-second spot with a fantastic idea, beautifully produced, amazing craft. And then the other strongest area was this area of innovation. And you know what really astounded me is the fact that radio is the oldest medium. You wouldn't think you'd find many new ways to innovate using it. Not even using it as a form to produce a TV ad that's a radio ad that's interactive, but using it as a medium to help the world or the country. It came down to a split, and it became quite a joke because we had a panel of 15, and it tied on 7-7 each twice for a campaign for Mercedes-Benz, which we were obviously involved in, so I had to step out the room when they were doing their votes, and this very innovative piece. And eventually, after the third tie, I walked in and I said, just someone has to change their mind. And it went to innovation. I would have felt a bit bad winning Grand Prix 3 years in a row. So. But yeah, I think what's going to be really impressive for you is to see how it won out. This is, by the way, it was done by one of our jurors to show how the whole thing ended up with this particular split. I'm going to now show you the Grand Prix, which went to a piece called Go Outside. And I think what's most important about this is it's for a publication in Brazil, the biggest outdoor publication in Brazil. And people saw the potential for this idea of how it could change the world. So when we were looking at this piece of work, what really impressed the jury was the way we could see it going beyond just being a communication for an outdoor publication in South America into something that it could affect the lives of millions of people.
Go Outside is the biggest outdoor magazine on the planet. It goes side by side with those who practice outdoor sports and adventure trips. But there's something else present in these people's lives too. Mosquitoes. Until now, this was how we got rid of this annoying problem. But we wanted to do more. How? By turning your radio into a mosquito repellent. This is how it works. Along with the regular radio station broadcasts, we also transmitted for the very first time an audio signal of 15 kilohertz, barely detectable by the human ear. Studies have shown that this frequency imitates the sound of a dragonfly, the mosquito's natural predator, thus keeping them away. The idea, sponsored by Go Outside magazine, was broadcast for 3 weeks during the musical programming of Band FM radio station from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., a period that shows the highest reported incidence of mosquito bites.
Curtindo suas músicas favoritas ao ar livre? Continue ouvindo a rádio repelente de mosquito Go Outside.
More than 3 million radio sets received this signal. More than 3 million radios were turned into repellents. Go Outside Repellent Radio. Turning a radio into a mosquito repellent. An idea that sounds like music to our readers.
Okay, so I think, you know, all of a sudden we're sitting with a panel of South Americans, people from India and Southeast Asia, and the first thing that came to mind is, just as we have in Africa, malaria is the biggest problem here. Dengue fever is a massive problem in those areas. So the first thing we did is, and which got queried a hell of a lot, is actually, does it actually work? The fact is that there's people on both sides who on both sides of the fence. Some of them that believe it doesn't work, and some believe that it does. We know that the principle behind it works properly. But the potential we saw in that idea led us to go to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And they are going to explore that further. Because imagine the effect of something as simple as turning on your radio having an effect on malaria in Africa. And that's the potential of innovation that we saw in radio, and it's absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. I just want to mention another piece of work that got gold, which was also an incredible piece of innovation. All of you know those white crosses they had to have at the side of the roads when someone gets killed in an accident. What they did for a drink driving awareness campaign in Belgium was they had in those crosses they put a radio transmitter so that when you pulled up at the radio where you saw those crosses, the radio transmitter would interrupt your radio station that you were listening to, and the voice of the person, ostensibly, that had been killed at that intersection would come through and tell you the story of how they were killed. So you would hear the voice of a person saying, I was standing at the side of the road at 7 o'clock in the evening. I saw my friend across the road, and I stepped out, and I didn't see this car that was coming down at 40 kilometers an hour. The person had 3 glasses of wine and killed me instantly. So it was incredibly impactful. Gave us goosebumps when we listened to the case study. How you can use radio, not as a radio ad, and how you can innovate in that particular way. So, I mean, it was incredible. You could see that battle between the classical and the innovative. This is the work that I'm going to play for you now for Mercedes-Benz that ended up getting 6 golds. And why people awarded this at the end of the day was primarily because the idea. It's for an accident avoidance system. All other cars have that to some lesser or greater degree. What was fantastic about this is, just as Ahmed said earlier, is it's based on an insight that provokes an emotion. Because everyone knows that feeling when you're driving down a long road, and your brain is off somewhere else, but your body is driving the car. And the combination of a fantastic idea combined with impeccable craft, writing, execution, all of those things combined to this weird sort of holy grail thing that just wowed them all to believe in this campaign. And I'll play you some more after that.
I licky boom boom down, sang Brain as he did the robot at his class of '91 high school reunion. Why, yes, it's true, my pecs have officially been declared the hardest substance known to man, confirmed Brain to a sea of his old classmates. Brain was hip and cool, and capable of melting panty elastic with a single look. When he said things like, yo dog, and smell you later, every girl in the room dreamt of paring his socks and starching his shirts. And while Brain was recounting the tale of how he invented the worldwide interweb and vegetarian shoes to his adoring fans, it's worth noting that your body drives all on its own down a very busy highway. Lucky for you, Mercedes-Benz Attention Assist is designed to bring brains quickly back from imagined class reunions right to the here and now. Facebook me, said Brain as he returned to the present. Oh, right. I'm driving a car. This is for making me apply ointment to your thigh eczema, cried Brain, as he emptied 4 months' worth of carefully collected dry heel shavings into the water dispenser. Brain had snuck into his boss's office and was exacting his revenge for 10 years of humiliation and bad pay. He cologned himself extravagantly with single malt before releasing the feral tomcat onto the carpet. There's a weak-bladdered kitty, said Brain as he rubbed his hands together repeatedly. Brain then began to methodically feed ripe sardines into the hems of his boss's curtains, to the soundtrack of his own maniacal laughter. Mwahaha! Boomed Brain. And yes, while Brain contemplated making anatomical adjustments to a priceless artwork, your body is merrily driving without any supervision down a treacherous stretch of road. Lucky for you, Mercedes-Benz Attention Assist is designed to bring brains quickly back from revenge fantasies, right to the here and now. No one is fooled by your hairpiece, yelled Brain, as he suddenly came to behind the wheel of his car. I'll have a slippery nipple, said the Brain to the barman as he surveyed the beach and contemplated new ways of making an international cretin of himself. Yes, the Brain was in Carbo, baby, partaking in bro times and general nincompoopadness with men known only as Brewski and Van Dudenstein. Brain found himself saying shameful things like, "Appletinis all round," and "I have a Speedo just like that." Rest assured, if Brain had a fist, it would be pumping it. "Last one in's a bedwetter," Brain shouted as it prepared to do a running bomb into the hot tub. Yes, and while Brain is signing up for the World Beach Bat Championships, your body, well, your body drives unsupervised down an endlessly long road. Lucky for you, Mercedes-Benz Attention Assist is designed to bring brains quickly back from Carbo, right to the here and now. "Pull my finger," said Brain, as he suddenly returned to the present. "Oh, there's a bend in the road. Good thing I noticed."
So I think, it really gets the point across of what it is, just based on an insight and told in a sort of entertaining way.